In this video, we're going to talk about the equipment. First, let's talk about charging. A standard charge lasts anywhere between 1 to 2 days, depending on how much you use the equipment. Good rule of thumb, plug it in every night, just like you do your cell phone. There's a plug-in on the back of the remote and the collar. Get in the habit of closing the charging port to keep everything waterproof. Once both pieces are receiving a charge, the light will turn red. After 2 hours, the light will turn green. Green means you're good to go. Once the equipment comes off the charger, you do need to turn the collar on. The remote is always on, just like your TV remote, but you will need it to turn on the collar. In order to turn on the collar, take the red dot on the remote and rub it on the red dot on the collar. Once the magnet is activated, the light on the collar should turn green. It will then blink green every couple seconds just to let you know it's on, looking for a signal. The light will blink orange or red if the battery is going low. Same thing on the remote. The next button I want to talk about on the remote is the 1 and 2 toggle. This is for multiple dogs. For now, you're going to keep it toggled to number 1. Also on the remote is the dial. It goes from 0 to 100. And the number you are currently on lines up with the green dot. We're going to start your dog on level 0. And when you turn the levels up or down, do it in increments of 5 or 10. Try not to get too specific with the levels. The next button I want to talk about on the remote is the letter C button. C stands for continuous. That means the sensation your dog feels goes as long as you hold the button. All we're doing in the beginning is tapping the button, and I'll talk about when we tap the button here in a little bit. The next button I want to talk about is the letter N button. N stands for neck. That means the sensation your dogs feel is momentary. No matter how long you hold the button, the dog will only feel the sensation for a 40th of a second. We'll be using this button down the road to phase your dog out of the collar. The last button I want to talk about is the letter P button. P stands for pager, or it vibrates just like your cell phone. I rarely use this sensation for the dogs. They learn to ignore it, just like you can ignore your cell phone on vibrate, or the sensation could be too much for the dogs. I use it mostly as a test for the humans. I'll vibrate it in my hand to make sure it's on before I put it on the dogs. Or if it's on your dog's neck, it's too hard to rub those red magnets together to see if it's on or off. So I'll hit the vibrate button to test to see if it's on. Your dog will be wearing the collar anywhere from ear to ear on the bottom of their neck. Don't get too specific on where they wear it. The only part of the neck I don't want them to wear it is on the top of the neck. That's where their mom carried them around. When they were puppies, they don't feel anything up there. Kind of like your elbow skin, you can pinch that as hard as you want and you can't feel that either. Your dog's neck is built the same way. The tightness of the collar is important. I need it to be snug like a smartwatch, not tight like a belt. I need the contact points to make constant contact with the skin. So don't measure with fingers around the neck and the strap. Instead, I want you to reach underneath and feel the contact points. Make sure it's making contact with the skin. You can still take the box and move it from side to side with a little bit of effort, but the box and the contact points aren't swinging in the wind. Your dog will be wearing the collar whenever they're supervised, and you'll have the remote with you. If you leave to go to school or to work, or if you're leaving your dog in the crate, you can go ahead and take the equipment off. Other than that, have it on throughout the day. Normal routine, wake up in the morning, take it off the charger, put it on your dog's neck. If you leave to go to school or work, take it off. When you come back home, put it on, and then take it off before you go to bed. If your dog is not responding to their normal levels, you can go through the following troubleshooting checklist. Make sure your collar is turned on. Use the P button while holding the collar to see if it vibrates. You can also make sure the collar strap is tight enough. And last, make sure your multiple dog toggle is switched to 1 and not on 2.